All right, guys, what's up? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to skip out on Litecoin and Ethereum today. I will be adding them a couple times a week, but to keep these videos a little bit shorter, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to take a look at the bullish and bearish case scenario today. Definitely stick around. Don't forget, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video, along with a lot of other affiliate links that really help the channel out. Definitely check them out, and let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. I do want to remind you guys, we are doing another Kobo Vault Generation 2 giveaway. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not already, make sure you do that now. Hit that like button. I want to see how many likes we can get on this video. So take a second out, smash the like button, and leave a comment down below that gets you entered to win. Also, share the video if you would. And let's get into the news headlines to get a feel for the sentiment. Bitcoin undo button and fleeing firms, bad crypto news. Bitcoin stagnates, criminals targeted, 288K prediction. Bitcoin is the new Apple, how BTC price could reach crazy astronomical numbers. 3 reasons why Bloomberg's calling Bitcoin a resting bull. I won't read that. Bitcoin's mass adoption is still a dream, reveals data. Bitcoin short-term price analysis. Somebody's calling for, I'm not sure. Millions of, okay, so we already read that. So a little bit more bullish than bearish news in the, and that's a good thing to set up for a bull trap, in my opinion. As of right now, the fear and greed index is at 40. We raised 2 points from yesterday. And looking at the monthly, as we've been talking about, this bearish divergence here, higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. It is bearish divergence, and we have been watching it start to play out. This is a very bearish candle that we closed last month. Let's look at the weekly. Same thing. We did close above the 8 EMA here, which was at the 90-50 range yesterday on the weekly, but we still seem to be playing out this bearish divergence with the higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. As of right now, a weekly close this week above 98.50 would turn me bullish. Unless we close the weekly above 98.50, I have no reason to be bullish. All right, let's take a look at the daily. And as you can see, the volume is still declining to next to nothing. We will take a look at that RSI here in a minute. Could we have topped out here? Definitely a possibility, and I will show you why and what I'm looking at. So as you guys know, this rising channel here in white, if we take this measured move and bring it down, that gets us to this $6,900 range. And then this other trend line, the orange one off of these wicks here, that we broke right there, the measured move of that is around, actually this should be up a little bit higher, is around the $5,600 range. I do want to show you on that monthly, I still have this target down here at the 55 EMA. If that was going to happen this month, that would be coming down to hit the 55 EMA along with the top of this falling channel, and that'd get us around the $5,400 range. Not to say it's going to happen, but I'm still looking at that as a possibility. But as of right now, on the weekly, we are getting support on the 8 EMA. And on the daily here, let's take a look at from these wicks here, which we did break down. We did come back up and test the top. But a measured move where we broke that, it's us actually down a little bit lower. It gets us around the $4,350 to $4,400 range. Definitely possible, guys. We see what happened over here on this rising channel that did not correct. You know, there was no corrections in here, no decent corrections, and we see what happened. I think we could be looking at the same thing right over here. Let's zoom in and take a look at the EMAs on the daily. They are trying to turn up now, but as you can see, we did come back up and test the 21 EMA at the 9250 and got rejected. A break of that 9250, if we were to break up out of that, that brings us up to about the 9420 range, somewhere in that area. And we'll take a look in the smaller time frames also. And stick around for the end. We're going to take a quick look at the Dow Jones Industrial after looking at a possibility that we may not see a break of the all-time highs in Bitcoin until around 2024. Just a chart I'm looking at. Obviously, nothing set in stone. And if you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. You can use my promo codes Savvy50. That one will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit, up to 1 Bitcoin as a bonus. And you can use Savvy25 to get you 25% off of your fees for a month. All right. And the cool thing about Prime is you can have tons of different longs and shorts in all at the same time. So if you have a longer term trade and you want to do shorter term trading in the middle, you can keep your trades open. Most exchanges, you got to start new accounts and whatnot. Prime, you can do everything on there, including trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, everything all on there. You get all that exposure with just your Bitcoin. So check it out. And one more thing on this daily is the 8600 here. That is the 200 EMA. That is the measured move of the break of this, zoom in, of this channel here. But like I said, you can see that the EMAs are trying to turn up and turn bullish here. There could be another move up, and we've been talking about that for days now. Let's take a look real quick at the RSI. So looking at the RSI, you guys know that I've been watching the channel. We were looking at this as a head and shoulders, this being a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We broke through, came back, tested it for resistance. We got rejected, and that's exactly where we're at now. Now remember, on the daily, we can pop way back up here, get a wick, and come back down and still close below this. So let's watch this daily RSI and see where it closes today. Close above here, maybe get a little bit bullish. Close below, remains bearish. A different look at the daily here. We have this falling channel coming out of this rising channel. And as you guys know, that rising channel, our target is 6,900. There's that target, 5,400, that I was talking about. But let's take a look at this in the Fibonacci retracements real quick. Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high. The first one, which we hit again yesterday, 88.90. That is the 0.236 fib. A break of this fib gets us down to test this 8,500 range, which is long-term support and resistance. And if that was to break, we'd be looking to come down towards the 79.41, which is the 0.382. Next stop, 7,700, long-term support and resistance. 0.5 fib, 71.41. And then, of course, a break of that gets us our target, 69. And 0.618 and 0.65 golden pocket zone here between 61.50 and 63.60. I would expect at least a bounce there. If that does not hold, if we get down in this range, then we're looking at that target of 5,400, 0.786, 52.50. And we have a CME futures gap down here at 3,500. Not saying it's got to fill, guys. Just saying it's a definite possibility. All right, let's take a look at the bullish case here. Bullish case, if we break up out of this little falling channel here, if we did it today sometime, that would get us back up to test this 10,550 range. If we break that 10,560, we could be looking bullish. We could go all the way up to the 12,100, come back down, and if this holds as support, off to the moon. Just my opinion, of course, but I honestly believe that we're going to be coming back down to these lower levels. And we'll take a look. We'll zoom in a little bit. Let's take a look at the 4 hours. So the 4 hour, as you can see, we got rejected right on the 200 EMA here. Although I think we're most likely going to come up a little bit higher than that. I'll talk about that. Especially, I have some targets when we get into the 1 hour here. But I just wanted to take a look at this. The EMAs seem to be turning bullish here, starting to flip. Looks like the AEMA wants to cross to 55 here within the next 4 to 8 hours. If that happens, we should get one more little push up. Let's look at the RSI here. And looking at the RSI, as you can see in white, I have this falling wedge here. Looks like we have room to come up, tag this. If we break this and close above it in the 4 hour, we could definitely see a bigger push up, although I don't believe that's going to happen. And let's see. Let's look at our targets. We already talked about these targets coming down, but I want to look at a target of coming down and breaking this rising channel here. And that being, depending on where we break it, guys, let's make sure I got this set right. There we go. Depending on where, if we break it in the next day or two, that target 6,900 comes up again, just like the target of the break of this rising channel here. A lot of confluence in this area. I'm still eyeballing this area. I do think we should hit at least that, but that's my opinion. Bitcoin will do what it wants to do. Don't forget my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. There's also a link to that below in the description, along with some hard wallet links. If you're keeping your cryptos on the exchange, guys, don't do that unless you're trading it. If you're not trading it, keep it on hard wallet. I do have some links below that also help support the channel. And my wife's webpage, she has a lot of crypto t-shirts, coffee mugs, hats, whatnot. You can put any crypto you want on any of this stuff, not just what you see. Just hit her up in the contact. If you have any questions, she will get back to you and answer your questions. I appreciate all you guys that have been supporting us through there. So, all right, looking at the 1 hour. Let's get this out of the way. I know this looks kind of messy, guys, but this is zoomed in, obviously. And I want to look at the swing high to the swing low with the Fibonacci retracement. As of right now, you can see that we did hit that 0.382 again, and we popped above it. It looks like it's giving us support right now. Our next stop is the 9,300, and that is the 0.5 fib. If we are able to break that, we would be looking at the 9421, which we talked about that this little rising channel that we could see in the daily also. And that would be the golden pocket zone between 9420 and 9450. I would expect a retracement after that. If this does break, we could go as high as that 9580 to 9600, and we had talked about this range for a long time. I had said if we get up in here, I think it'll be a massive bull trap. I still believe that. Not to say if we did break through it, you know, then I'm wrong and we could continue up much, much higher. But I do believe it will be a bull trap up to this point. Actually, what I'm doing right now, I am laddering in shorts. About every $100, I started at 92, more at 93 and 94, and then 95 with my stops up in here. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's take some measured moves here. If we look at this rising channel in orange, oh yeah, I do want to point out yesterday's target, where we had this big fake out before we came back down out of this triangle. We had a target down here of 89.16. Obviously, we dropped a little below that. We hit around 80, where did we get? About 8,900, right in that area. So I'm going to get this off of there now. Try to clean it up a little bit. Remove all of this stuff here. And then we're going to take a look at some other stuff. All right, so EMA's looking bullish on the hourly. The 8 and the 13 have both crossed the 50 or the 200. 21 EMA looks to be in line next. And if that was to happen, looking at this rising channel here, I don't know why this is, there we go. Look at this rising channel, which is kind of ugly right now. We got some wicks outside of here, wicks outside of here. But let's take a look at that. Our measured move would get us right up in that golden pocket zone, right around the 94.35. And if we look at the more bullish case scenario, well, bearish case, a break of this bottom channel again. Actually, that moves up a little higher depending on where we would break it from where we had it before. But yeah, we'll watch for a break of this line. First, we got to see what happens up here. And let's take a look at if we break up out of this green channel here. And that would be breaking that 94. That'd be breaking the golden pocket zone. And that could get us all the way up to retest our highs here. So it does make sense as a possibility to get up back up in that range. Also, we have this falling channel here and a measured move of that. If we were to break out in this area, it could get us all the way back up to right around that $10,000 range. So don't count that out. I don't believe we'll make it that high, but again, that's just my opinion. Don't trade off my opinion. Make up your own mind and do your own due diligence. I told you what I'm doing here, and I'm going to stick to that plan and see what happens. Let's see. Yeah. Also, let me extend this a little bit. It gets us even. I mean, if we had a huge straight drop, we could hit that 8250 range somewhere in there. All right, let's take a look at the RSI. RSI looks like we've topped out. If we take a look at what's going on here, that doesn't mean the price can't go. We can come up here, make a new high in the price without breaking this and creating bearish divergence before continuing down. So keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, guys, the big picture, I'm still bearish here. I'm still looking for these lower lows. Let's look at the chart I was talking about. That it could be possible that we don't break the all-time high until around 2024. And reason being, if we look at this all-time high over here in 2011, it took us 623 days to break it. And then if we look at the 2013 high, it took us 1,232 days, which is around 95%. And if we look at 2017's all-time high and look at 2024 to break it, that'd be about 95% of that is around 2,460 days, somewhere in there. I'm not saying it is going to happen, but guys, I just want you to be aware. It definitely could. As you can see, each cycle here has been longer. Just my opinion on that. Wanted to look at it real quick. Let's take a look at the Dow pre-market. Up 363 points. Why? Who knows? Because they can. Do I think that's going to continue? Heck no. Lower lows or lower highs in the price action. Higher highs in the RSI. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll take a look at the RSI. I have a Fibonacci extension on here from the swing low. I'm sorry, from the swing high to the swing low, back up to this swing high. The 1-to-1 extension gets us 16,500 points. I believe we will get down to that level, guys. Of course, unless we break this high over here and make a new all-time high. I don't believe that's going to happen. I believe we are witnessing the biggest money grab in history. Everybody's super bullish here. Everybody thinks they're just going to keep printing money. It's keep going up, and they're going to let people just get all kinds of money. That is called a sucker's rally, and they have turned the biggest bears in the stock market into bulls by making new highs on S&P and NASDAQ. But you can see here in the Dow, this is not anything but a money grab, in my opinion. And if that 16.5 doesn't hold, my next target's around the $9,300, or I'm sorry, 9,300 points. Yeah. Again, guys, I don't believe this. That's all I got to say about it. Let's look at the RSI. This is what I'm seeing in the daily RSI here. Same thing. Looks like a head and shoulders possibly forming. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. Keep an eye on this daily on the Dow. You know, this could take weeks, possibly even months. Breaking the bottom of this is going to get extremely ugly. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavvy logo above my head if you haven't already. You might want to check and make sure you're still subscribed, because I have unsubscribed people without them knowing. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Make sure to take a second out, Smash those likes if you haven't already. Leave your comment down below to get you entered to win the Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet. And have a great day. Share the video if you would. I'm out.